Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I am out at Lucky Peak Reservoir today at the viewpoint, and I've got the Mavic Mini with me. Yesterday, Drone DJ came out with a report that said that the last update to the DJI Fly app on iOS extended the range of the little Mini. So I thought, you know, what better place to see if that's real or not than out here at Lucky Peak. We can fly out over the lake and see just how far this guy will go. We've got 2-mile-an-hour winds today with 8-mile-an-hour gusts, so we shouldn't have any problem getting around, you know, going against the wind or with the wind or anything like that. So the Fly app is 1.1.10, and that's only on iOS, and I checked my iPhone and it is indeed at that number. It updated about a week ago, but more importantly, it's supposed to upgrade video transmission from 1.5 kilometers to 2.5 kilometers, and then control they say that it updates it from 1.7 kilometers to 2.8 kilometers. Now obviously you got to have FPV, and I don't think we're going to go 2.5 kilometers, but let's just take this guy out there and let's just see what it'll do. It's a beautiful day here, sun's out, and like I said, not a lot of wind, so let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, we've got the app fired up and it's asking for a compass calibration, so we'll go ahead and do that right now. As is typical with DJI, that was a fast, painless process. We're going to format the card just to make sure that we've got a nice clean card available, and we do. Max distance, I'm going to move that up. Let's just go ahead. I'm well over well, I'm 3,300 meters, so 3.3 kilometers there. And auto return to home, I'm going to set that very high because we do have a little bit of a peninsula over here. So in fact, I'm going to go right on up to, just to be on the safe side, let's kick it up to 100 meters. Okay, so let's take a look here. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't take off. We're recording in 2.7K, 30 frames per second. That's correct. So let's just go ahead and start recording, and I am going to hit takeoff on the app here, and I'll get out of the way so you guys can see the drone. And there's the little Mini. I'll tell you what, it just hangs there like a string. So let's pull it in here. And one thing you're going to notice here, I want you to take a look at, is the camera that I'm using. Let me step around the other side. This is the GoPro Hero 9, and this is really the first time I've used it. And I've got the media mod on there with a little wind protection on the microphone. So let's go ahead and click OK on that. We know we're in an altitude zone here, so that's not a problem. 150 meters, we're not going to be that high. So okay, let's just do our usual droney. We're going to go reversing up now, and we'll get out into the middle of the reservoir. And there we are. Drop the gimbal down just a little. I'll tell you, it's always just a joy to fly a DJI drone after you've been flying some other drones, and boy, you're going to see here how far the water has dropped in the reservoir. This is the time of year when they really start draining the water out of this thing. Okay, that's probably good there, and we are going to go turn around. Well, I probably did go out as far as I wanted to. A little bit more. Let's go sideways here, and we're going to gain altitude while we go. I want to get clear up to our max altitude of 120 meters so that we ensure that we have a good clear signal. And then we're just going to go right down the center of the reservoir here. And there's max altitude right there. Stopped us at about 119 meters. And I am going to go into sport mode here so that we have as much speed as we can. And we're already out about 458 meters. So let's just see how far we can go, and I'll see if I can do my best to keep the transmitter pointed directly at the drone. Now I do have some terrain in between. Off to the what you see on the left of the screen there, there is a little peninsula that sticks out into the lake, and that kind of blocks my exact view, but I think we're up high enough that we should get clear signal to the drone. And they're not kidding, because look at this, it's crystal clear. We're at over 700 meters, you know, not even a blip in the FPV or anything. And we're clipping along at about 12.8 meters per second. That's about, I don't know, 28 miles an hour or so, something like that, 27, 28 miles an hour. Quickly coming up on a kilometer. And you know, for a Wi-Fi drone, that is outstanding. And we've got plenty of battery. We're still at 82% battery. There's our kilometer. So if we get past 1.5, I believe it is what they said for FPV previously, and it would go up to 2.5. And we're almost at that 1.5 mark, so there is some magic going on here for sure, because you know, we have perfectly clear FPV, and the drone's just moving right along. So there's 1.5. And we'll keep the stick forward. This is just a remarkable little drone. You know, I can't recommend this Mavic Mini enough. And of course, we all know that all the rumors are that DJI's got a new version of the Mini coming out soon. You can't help but be excited about that. It's rumored to have 4K 30 frames per second video. We're coming up on 2 kilometers here. So yeah, if it's got 4K 30, I'm all for that. And a little bit more powerful motors. There's 2 kilometers. So wow, they're not kidding. I mean, it's everything that they said for sure. Coming up on 2.2. I think they said for control range it was 2.7 max. Yeah, there we go. So we just lost FPV right at 2.3, but we still have control. Yeah, no transmission. So oh, there we got it back. So I'm gonna go ahead and push forward, and I don't know why it says flight altitude exceeds 120, because we're not. And we're pushing forward, and it's still, I'm seeing telemetry still, even though we don't have FPV. 2.6. And I should have canceled that. Okay, I canceled it. Let's keep pushing forward, and let's see how far we can get. 2.7, and look at that, we got FPV back. There's 2.8. Don't want to go too far here, because we were kind of heading towards that mountain. I'm going to go ahead and let it return. Well, no, I'm going to cancel. Let's see if we can get to 3 kilometers. We're almost there, and look, we got FPV back. Yeah, so we're better than 3 kilometers. That is just stunning. That is absolutely stunning. Okay, 3.1 kilometers. Let's just yeah, okay, we got 3.2. I'm gonna let it come back. That is stunning. So it's coming home. Let's see how quickly we get FPV back. That is amazing. Pretty phenomenal little bird here, I would say. Wish I could stop that beeping, but I can't. There we got FPV back. And it's coming, as you can see why I wanted to raise the height there. So I need to, I'm going to turn it to the left here a little. In fact, as soon as we get FPV back, yeah, okay, we're going to cancel that return to home. And I'm going to fly it the rest of the way back here because I do not want it to go, and of course we're in sport mode, we can come back faster anyway. I don't want it to go into those mountains there. So there, you know, we're just hit and miss on that, on the FPV at this range. Yeah, I kind of think I might have, you know, I don't want to see, but if it had just taken that straight line back, even at a 400 feet in height, we might have hit the side of that mountain there. But look at this, and we're still at 50% battery, and it's coming back to us at the same speed that it went out. Like I said, about 27 miles an hour or so. Yeah, and now that's kind of wild. We lost it again at about 2 kilometers. It'll come back. You just can't help but be impressed by that, can you? Isn't that something? I never in my wildest dreams thought that this little drone could fly out 3 kilometers or 3.2 kilometers. Holy cow. That is amazing. And the reservoir here is a great place to do that because you're just over the water. And so we're talking about the new one. So they're saying that the new one will have a little bit more powerful batteries, and it's rumored to have motors that are a little bit more powerful. Now, you know, what else we'll see, who knows. You know, I know there's a lot of people that want tracking and so forth. I got to be honest with you, I kind of doubt that. And the reason why I doubt it is that it does not have any kind of, I'm sorry, I stumbled all over myself there. Without obstacle avoidance, you're not going to, I don't think they're going to put tracking on there, because what they don't want to happen is somebody to have the drone in tracking mode and then run the drone into, you know, a tree or a building or something. Well, okay, here we're just almost directly in front of us again. I think what we should do is kind of turn around here, and we've got a boat coming. I'm going to see if I can catch him coming back here. So I'm trying to get in front of him, and then let's drop the gimbal and turn around. And you can see in the wintertime the sun is definitely getting lower in the sky, and there's that boat right there. He's heading home. I'm dropping an altitude here. See if we can take a look at him coming by. Yeah, and we're in that 150 meter zone right now. We just crossed into it. And I'm dropping an altitude and reversing. Don't need to reverse that fast, do I? So the drone is going faster than he is. We'll go into, I'm sure, yeah, auto return to home here. I canceled that. We'll let this guy go by. Sorry for that yaw. I'm just trying to keep him in the screen here. And he is headed right there for the dock, or what's left of the dock. That's the boat ramp. Okay, let's hit return to home here. And I don't know. Let's just see where this thing comes down at here. This drone does not have precision landing, but I found typically it's pretty accurate. And you know, I set the return to home altitude pretty high there, so it's going to go all the way up to 100 meters, which is really unnecessary at this point. But you know, I did that because I wanted to make sure that if we got out there and it went into return to home, that it didn't smack into the side of one of those mountains. So now we're at 100 meters, so it'll start coming back to us. Boy, that was fun. That is really impressive. I am just so impressed by the capabilities of this little drone. This is a Wi-Fi drone. It doesn't have OcuSync. Okay, let's start dropping the gimbal as we get closer here. And boy, you can really see how far they've dropped the level of the lake here. They are really dropping it down. And by this winter, by January, it'll be practically empty. Yeah, so it's telling us low battery. It's getting close. It's 20% battery. We're in great shape. And it should start coming down. It should reorient itself here. It didn't. It's just coming down. And if it lands on the X there, it's going to be just a couple feet off of the landing pad. Maybe it's going to be closer than we thought. Look at that. Look at how close it's going to be. It's going to be right next to the pad here. I'm going to drop the camera down here so you can take a look at it. Heck, we might even get on the pad. Look at that. Is that amazing or what? It's going to get on the pad, I think. Yeah, it's going to be on the landing pad. But it picked up the camera by itself. Well, it's just off the pad, and it came down kind of hard there. I don't know if you saw it bounce there a little bit, which is unusual. So, especially with those downward facing sensors. So clearly it was in a hurry to get home, and I suppose because of low battery. Okay, let me shut everything down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay guys, the little Mavic Mini, and I'm going to pull my notes out again. So the iOS app 1.1.10, we blew all these numbers away, both the video. So the video, it said it increased it from 1.5 to 2.5. I think on our way out, we were, I believe, over 2 kilometers before we lost video, but we kept pushing, and we would get FPV back occasionally on the way out there, but then control, it says it increased it from 1.7 to 2.8. Well, we even got a little bit further than that. We flew this guy out to 3.2 kilometers, and it might have gone farther. I think I could have canceled the auto RTH and maybe gone a little farther, but you know, why push it? I mean, obviously it clearly exceeded what they said it would do. So pretty stunning for just a little Wi-Fi drone. So anyway, I had a lot of fun doing that. So anyway, I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And most of all, I always say I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll absolutely see you on the next one. DJI Mavic Mini. All right, see you guys later.